Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome to the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes. Thanks so much for joining me, folks. I absolutely, and I do mean absolutely, love being here with you. This is the best part of my day. Hopefully, it's the best part of your day as well. It is hard to believe it's terrific Thursday already. Almost to the end of the work week, and the bounce is underway in the markets. We're going to see if it's going to hold up today, but if we take a look at the charts are saying it absolutely is. You had the markets, quite a day yesterday in the markets. We're certainly going to review that. And, we've been spending, or I certainly have been spending the week talking about discipline, what I call the magic key or the magic keys, folks, to life. And yesterday I talked about the spiral of achievement and certainly that one thing that each of us have in common, and that is that quest for knowledge. And that's why you turn in here to TFNN. We absolutely do appreciate it. If you're listening to us on the radio, we certainly appreciate that. And you can always catch the archive of this show on Channel 9. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com. You can watch us live simply by clicking on the TigerTV Watch Live button. You can always catch the archive of this show or any other show. And you want to be able to do that, folks, because in your quest for knowledge, it's going to be about understanding patterns. You've got patterns. We all have patterns. And the market absolutely, positively always has patterns. And I'm going to teach you different ways that you can utilize that information so that in your quest for knowledge, you can make some decisions and you can grow your money tree. To me, that's what really discipline is all about. It's really about that constant awareness of the need to be able to take action. Now, if you've listened to me, folks, when it comes to taking action, what kind of action does Steve like to take? Yes, massive action, And now when you can pair massive action, folks, with actually, your ability to implement your plan. Because when we take a look at trading, when I take a look at buying and selling the D point, that plan is put in place. You're letting the market do 75% of the work for you. At least that's the trading style. That's the trading system that I like. I like to be able to leverage others. I'm just leveraging the work of the market. And that's what we did yesterday. That's what my clients and I did yesterday. We leveraged the market. We bought 2 D points because I teach you how to buy and sell the D point. And folks, so when the market gives you that opportunity or whatever it is in life, life is always giving you opportunities. All you've got to have is the discipline to be able to take action and to have a plan ahead of time. Not just wait for things to be able to happen to you. And, here's the thing. If you think of what's the exact opposite of discipline? What would come to your mind? The exact opposite of an undisciplined life. Or how about if you had a plan, but when all of a sudden you got there, you froze like a deer in headlights and you didn't take action? The word that I'll throw out there that I think you should consider is the word procrastination. Procrastination is the exact opposite, if you think about it, of discipline. And procrastination is basically boils down to do what you can, not do what you must. And folks, what I have found in life is you've got to take your shoulds, and turn your shoulds into must. You should do this. You should do that. And if you don't spend enough, if you don't turn those shoulds into must, you spend your life on the shoulder. And you don't want to be doing that, folks. There's no fun. You want to get off that shoulder spot as quickly as you can. So we're always presented in life with 2 choices. We're presented with the opportunity to take action, disciplined action, or what we're dealing with is procrastination. And a life of discipline, folks, from time to time, I've told you about the money tree. In fact, you can always, if you send me an email, if you don't have a copy of your money tree, then send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. I will email you a copy of a money tree. You want to have a money tree that's in front of you. You want to, visualization is key, folks. And so if you're trading, you need to have a number of things that propel you forward. I suggest one of those things are the reasons that you are trading. Maybe it's because you're a provider in life and there's some folks in your life that you're providing for. Whatever it is your ends to the mean, folks, you want to be able to have some visualization out there. Maybe it is to create a forest of trees, and so, but you want to make sure that you can visualize what that money tree looks like, because how quickly, what's your tree look like? What do you think your tree would look like if your tree of life were all about procrastination? You set up a plan, you should take action, you finally get there and you freeze, and you don't take action. What does that tree look like? That tree looks like you've just come out of winter. you've got no leaves, you've got bare branches, and that is not the kind of money tree, folks, that I'll email you. I'll email you a tree that's got all kinds of leaves. It's a beautiful life out there, and you can have that same life when you have discipline in everything that you do. And you want to make sure that you've got discipline when it comes to your trading. Be disciplined, folks, because the rewards, they're not just great, they're extraordinary. And I want you to be disciplined, and I want you to live an extraordinary life. And we've got extraordinary markets out there, don't we? Absolutely not. They're just normal markets that live and breathe. They make A to B equals CD patterns on a continuous, constant basis. Right now, we've got the ES Mini up on my screen here. ES Mini trading out at 1321.50. That's up about 5 3/4 points. You got the Dow futures up about 41 right now. You got the NASDAQ futures up 11. You got the Russell 2000 just slowly starting to get out of its gates. King dollar pulling back 17 ticks right now out at 82.07. The U.S. dollar index made a 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD up in the overnight hours. You probably didn't know that. We're going to take a look at that. You got gold up $25 after yesterday, trying to push back down into that 1535 level, a little bit lower. You had silver also try to push down. That's up 3% this morning, 3 3/10%. Silver up about 90 cents right now, trading out at 28.42. Light sweet crude up $1. I don't like to hear that, but that's okay. Light sweet crude this is nothing more than just simply a counter trend bounce right now, and we'll see how long that is going to last. You've got the DAX over in Germany. If we take a quick spin around the world, you got the DAX up 42 points right now, trading out at 63.27. You've got the FTSE up 75 points. They're trading out at 53.41. Over in Spain, the IBEX is up about 1 6/10%, up $108. Over in Asia, last night you had the Nikkei finish up just, almost really flat, up 6 points. Really, Asia, if you take a look at the Shanghai was off 12 points, 0.4%, almost 0.5%, and the Hang Seng down 0.6%. That's down 120 points. Our call number is 877-927-6648. So let's go take a look at the ES Mini here. We've got the 30-minute chart out on the screen here, and you can see that the last retracement between swing points, and what I'm referring to, folks, on the 30-minute chart is at 4:30 in the morning. You had the ES Mini trade down to 1306 even Steven, and then its next move up came into the 6:30 time frame when it got up to 1323.50. It did in just a little bit over 1.272. A to B equals CD up. When you do that, folks, when you hit one of those sacred geometry Fibonacci numbers, you're typically going to pull back a bit. And that's, in fact, what happened here. Now it says 1.35. We like to give things a little bit of room out here. We're not looking for perfection. To us, perfection is just simply extraordinary and outstanding. That's the level that you want to live at. That's the level that you want to be able to accept in life. And take a look at this. Here we'll just take a look at the 30-minute chart, and we're going to take a look at in essence, 1.272 expansions. Just take a look at this 1.272 expansion right back here. This is off the swing point high that came in at 3:30 in the morning on the 23rd. That high out there, folks, was 13.25. And then the markets moved down yesterday. They moved down all the way into the 12:30 time frame when the ES Mini got down to the low of 12.94. Got down to 12.94, made a run up into the 4 p.m. time frame. That run up into the 4 p.m. time frame took the ES Mini to 13.90. Well, if you go from that swing point low that was out here from 12.30, if you actually go from the high that came in that we're talking about at 3.30 on May the 23rd to the low, and you simply just took that dollar difference, multiplied it times 1.272, added it to the bottom. That's how you would identify. That's what this 1.272 expansion is. What does it do at 4 o'clock? Gets up there and just simply pulls back a little bit. Nothing more than normal breathing patterns you want to understand. Those normal breathing patterns out there, you want to understand. What does it mean that so far, right now, in this last pullback, all you've done is a 0.382 retracement? Well, I'll teach you something. I'll teach you something about understanding retracements and what that means, what that should mean with regard to the next leg that perhaps nobody else has taught you. We talk about retracements, and it's all about energy. So I want you to take out a rubber band. If you are anywhere near your desk, look, if you're on the road, you're just going to have to visualize this, and you're going to have to do this when you get into the office. But if you are near an office, you're near a desk, right now, go grab a rubber band. If you need to walk away from this, go ahead and walk away from this, for a second. Just turn up the speakers loudly, in your home or your office. And I want you to take that rubber band. I should have a rubber band with me. And should have thought about that. I don't have one, so you're just going to have to visualize it along as I walk you through this process. I want you to take that rubber band, and I want you to wrap that rubber band around your index finger. I want you to wrap it around as hard as you can, almost as if you're cutting off blood, to your finger. So wrap that rubber band around. Some of you got big rubber bands, some have just small, but wrap that thing tight because that's what the market is doing. I want you to wrap that tight, and then I want you to back it off maybe about a half of a turn. Back it off about a half of a turn and let it go. And what I want you to experience there is a type of energy when it lets go. Folks, when you only do a 0.382 retracement, that's why we say the next leg is going to be larger than the one that it just had. In this case here, if we were just take a look at just a normal breathing pattern of A to B on the 30-minute chart, your A point, we could establish down at the low at 4:30. The B point being up here at 6:30 in the morning, and it retraced when it came back down to the 9 o'clock time frame as we were coming on the air when it got down to a price point of 13.16 and a quarter. If the market moves up from here and this area here holds on that 0.382, that says your next leg is going to be larger because of the energy that you just had in the market. Take that same rubber band and wrap that around your finger, folks. Wrap that around your finger and back it off twice as much as you just did with that 0.382 and let that rubber band go. And what you're going to see is less energy coming out of it. And do that same exercise again, folks. Wrap that rubber band around your finger, back it off to about the 80% mark, right? 0.786. So back it off about 80% of the way and let that rubber band go. And what kind of energy do you have there, folks? It's all about energy, and it's all about disciplined energy, folks. 877-927-6648. We get back, we'll go take a look at some of the earnings releases in the pre-market and in the post-market from yesterday. Not a lot happening out there. We'll be right back, folks.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on TigerTV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
It's that time of year again, and the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway is back. Every day in June, Monday through Friday, we'll be giving away a Great Panther Silver 1-ounce silver bar, and all you have to do to enter is visit the front page of tfnn.com and fill out your entry. Great Panther Silver and TFNN wishing you a great start to the summer. Sign up today to have a chance to win a 1-ounce silver bar during the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway the whole month of June at tfnn.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at tfnn.com.
779-276-648. And in the pre-market here, not a lot of activity. You got Hewlett-Packard up about 7% here, trading out right now at $28.15. Closed out at $21 last night. Is that right? Let me see if I'm on the right thing here. No, I wasn't. I knew that wasn't the case. Trading out at $22.47, closing out at $21.08 last night. That's up by 7%. PVH Corp, they closed at $77.37. They're trading up about 6%. Their last trade fired off at $81.99. You got Toro Company, TTC is a ticker symbol. They're up about 5.7%. They are up. Last trade just fired off at $72 here. Looks like the first trade of the day. It is the first trade of the day. 68.11 is what they closed out at. You've got Ship Finance International. SFL is a ticker symbol there. They closed out at $13.83. Last trade fired off at $14.21. They're up about almost 3%. Flowers Foods Inc., FLO. And they are up about 2%. Costco Wholesale up about 2% as well, closing out at $28.20. Last trade was firing off at $84.49. They closed at $83.31. To the downside here, NetApp, NTAP, they're down about 14% in a little change in the pre-market. Closed out at $32.86. They're down to $28.08. Signet Jewelers, SIG is a ticker symbol there. So the jewelers not having a good day today. They're down about 10%. Last trade firing off at 43. They closed out at 47.75. Right behind them on the way down, Tiffany and Company. TIF is the ticker symbol. They're trading down 8% plus change in the pre-market, closing out at 61.80. Last trade firing off at 56.40. Heinz, folks, you're not buying enough ketchup out there. They're down 1.6%. Last trade fired off at $52.98, $53.86 was what they closed out at. Let's go to our first caller. Let's go to David from Clearwater. David, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Steve. Thank you for taking my call. And before I ask my question, I just wanted to pass a compliment to you because I've taken a lot of classes from Tom since I became a Tiger back in 2009, and they're always phenomenal classes. And last Friday was my first class with you.
Yes.
And just want to say, Steve, fantastic. I mean, you were well prepared. Material was excellent. It was timely, and was a really, really, really good class. And you kind of opened my eyes to a few things that have enabled me to use your terminology, take massive action.
Hey, there you go. I love it.
As a result, man, put on a couple nice trades here and making some cash. Got a question for you. I'd like to ask a question.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, put the ES Mini futures on a daily.
Yep. I'll switch over to that here real quickly.
And I apologize. I don't have TigerTV in front of me.
No, that's okay.
I'm riding along in my car.
That's okay.
I took a note, wrote down. It looks like on May 23rd, yesterday.
Yeah.
on the daily. We had a hammer candle.
Yeah, it doesn't I know it looks like that. The same thing on the Dow actually even stands out more, but it was not enough of a downtrend there because it had started moving back up and pulled down. It looks like a hammer candle, but doesn't qualify as an actual hammer candle.
So what would make it qualify as a hammer candle? A bigger move to the downside?
Bigger move to the downside, yeah. If the market had pushed down and really more than just 1 day worth of trend change. And so, it looks like a hammer, smells like a hammer, but it doesn't really have any meaning from the standpoint of support, from that standpoint. Even if I'll go ahead and put up on TigerTV here the Dow, which is the YM, and you'll actually see because it's got if you watch this on the replay, you'll see that it's even a better looking hammer because it's got that small head and just a very small shadow up above it. But that still also didn't qualify technically as a hammer candle. Now a lot of systems will pick that up, but it really isn't. I had to take a second look at it this morning at about 5:30 as I started working on the newsletter.
So not to belabor it, but would it represent maybe not so much a hammer candle in the sense of a major counter trend change where we're going to see an uptick, uptrend? Would it be significant in the sense of might be signaling in this case the B to the C of this larger ABCD down?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, from that standpoint, you can take a look at that candle and absolutely learn a lot from it because what it's telling you is that the bears absolutely in yesterday's session had control. And we're able to push that market down. And if you look at the daily chart, it just simply tells you that as the session went on, the bulls stepped in and absolutely took charge, and it finished up towards the high of its session. Now it shows that more inside the Dow futures, but you absolutely can learn about the candle. So it just doesn't act as a support area because it's not a true hammer. But it shows you the bulls stepped in and absolutely took control.
And took command of the situation.
Absolutely.
Because the 786 retracement held.
Absolutely. And we're going to break. Yes, we're going to break. You can stay. Okay. All right. We'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've always thought about trying out his newsletter, Market Insights. Well, now is the perfect time. For a limited time only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. If you decide to cancel within the 2-week trial period, pay absolutely nothing and keep Tom's book as a free gift from us. Tom sends out his daily newsletter each morning by 9:30 a.m. with trade recommendations, including price targets and price stops. As recently as March 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out a position for more than a 25% profit in just over 2 weeks. To get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights, along with your free copy of The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Supplies are limited for this one-of-a-kind special, so act today and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Offer only valid for new subscribers. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. Of course, no one's really out of the gate just yet. You got the Dow up 3, the S&P's up 2, composite flat, the small caps up well, not really up, 20 cents here. Microsoft up 4 ticks, Intel up 8, Google down $1.56, Cisco trading off 9 cents. Our favorite Apple out there, Apple Computer up $2.13. Popping to the upside, you got PVH Corp. They're up $4.44. That's up about 6%. Apple next in line dollar-wise on the way up. You got BlackRock Inc. They're up a couple of bucks. You've got Visa. Ticker symbol V, they're up 1.25%. You've got Velocity shares. I don't know what they USLV. You've got Pandora Media. P is the ticker symbol. They're up 11% this morning. You got Hewlett Packard right behind them. Popping to the downside. Tiffany leading the charge. The Blue Box Company leading the charge down 8% right now. LinkedIn Corp off 4%. NetApp. As we mentioned in the pre-market, they're down 13% right now. That's down $4 and change. Monroe Muffler right behind them, down 9%. Signet Jewelers. Let's go back to Dave in Clearwater. Dave, are you still there? Maybe not. Okay. So Dave was asking about hammer candles, and all candles are going to give you information. So, and they give you information about who was really in control during the trading session. And that's very important. In my opinion, it's very important information to be able to take a look at it. So every single candle that's out there, whether you use a line, whatever type of charting you use, I like to be able to use candle charts. We're looking at Intel right now in my system. I seem to be having some trouble here with the software, and I'm going to have to reboot it looks like. But when we take a look at Intel, and if Dave is still listening and all my subscribers, I'll make sure that in tomorrow morning's newsletter I list for you all of the hammer candles, every single one inside the Dow 500, the NDX 100, the Dow 500, S&P 500, NDX 100, and the Dow 30 at least. Those are the minimum number of stocks that I scan and look for hammer, bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing candles. So I'll make sure that I include that listing in tomorrow morning's newsletter. But if you take a look at Intel has 2 hammers out here. And in a hammer candle, you've got to be, a bullish engulfing or a hammer is going to take place at the as you're in a downtrend. It's a reversal candle. Now, a hammer candle is a one-day reversal candle, which is what I really like, because these candles can absolutely be leading indicators. And, we use as leading indicators A to B equals CD, because we know there's certain price projections where we're looking for the market to be able to turn, and we wait for the market to give us that information. What we then also do is, and so that's a leading indicator, because the market gives us 75% of the work. All we have to do is become an expert of that last leg, and we know what it is that we're looking for. What you can also do, and there's expansion and contraction numbers we took a look at just simply on the ES Mini 30-minute chart this morning. Just take a look at expansions and contractions between swing points, when you can see just simply normal breathing patterns when the market is going to, start moving in a different direction. What you really want to find is you want to see a couple of different sacred geometry numbers, a couple different Fibonacci numbers, and an expansion and contraction come together at the same place. When you see that, now you know you're up against either more resistance or more support, depending on whether the market's moving up or down. If you take a look at Intel, and Intel was one of the actual charts that I was taking a look at as far as possibly putting in a buy on this individual stock. Why? Because if you took a look at Intel, it was coming into a breakout area going all the way back to January 20th. That breakout had wide price spread because you take a look at the close on the prior candle on the 19th. You close at 25.68. You get up to a high of 26.47, and you do it with 101 million shares. And as it was coming back, into May 21st, so just three trading sessions ago, came back in there with 41 million shares. So you're coming into 101 million with 41 million. You're also coming into the January 19th area, and the high there didn't get down to that high, but that high of that candle was 25.68, and that had 64 million shares. Now, you also had A to B equals C to E pattern that was setting up on Intel. The high of May 2nd being 29.27, moves down into a low of May the 9th when it gets down to 26.75, bounces up for two trading sessions when it gets up into the 27.95 area. Now, when I was taking a look at this hammer, the low on that hammer, and the hammer that I'm first looking at, folks, happens to be May the 21st. So when it gets down to a low of 25.68, the actual one-to-one A to B equals C to D was 25.43. Now, what students in my mastering buying and selling the D point, what they knew was that they knew that this was likely going to do more than a one-to-one A to B equals C to D. And since it hadn't even completed the getting down to the 25.43, I absolutely, and you want to wait to at least the following session, because the following session told you that at least the bottom of that hammer candle was going to be tested. Well, what did Intel actually do? It did almost the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals C to D. That was yesterday, and it created another hammer candle. So we'll see where this closes today. It's important for Intel to close above 25.44. I can absolutely tell you that much is in the works here. So let's see if my charts are really actually working, or whether I have to tell you a story while I reboot things. Let's go over to King Dollar, see if King Dollar is trading at 82.14. It's not moving, so I know that is not the case. So for all of you guys in the den, I apologize for this, but it's pretty hard for me to do a show without actually having charts up on the screen. So this thing is going to close down, and I'll go ahead and get this thing back in the den, and hopefully it's nothing more than that. So I was experiencing, as I noticed as I was going into the break there, noticed that I was experiencing a technical difficulty. Nothing like doing a live show and having a technical difficulty. We do have a caller. We've got Sonia in Garden Grove, and she wants to talk about stops. So that's really good timing. Sonia, thanks for calling.
Hi, it's Yesenia.
Senya. Oh,
yes.
Thank you. Okay, sorry about that.
Hello.
Thank you for calling. How are you? You're up nice and early.
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm calling because my dad, Carlos, will be out there in Garden Grove.
Oh, great. Oh, that's great. We got the whole family.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's great.
We're almost there. Well, I'm just a little interested in how you, like, individual, advice that I can use for starting the market.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what would be? So it looked like you were asking about stops.
Yes.
So what are you? Do you? What kind of trading do you do? Are you just beginning to trade, or?
I'm thinking about beginning, but what advice would you give me to start?
To start with? Well, the best advice that I would give you would be to learn a trading pattern. Now, your dad, he seems to be a real good trader. So I would learn from Dad. I would listen to everything that your dad tells you. How's that for advice?
Okay. That's very good advice.
Is it? Okay, good. So that's the first step. One of the things that I would do, Sonia, is I would go to the, boy, I'm having trouble with the system here. One of the things that I would do, and I'll pull it up on my screen, is I would go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Then we're going to see if I can actually do that here. And, wow, I lost everything. So I need to log in off to the side here. So I'll give away my passwords. But if you go to the homepage of TFNN.com, what you will see, and I'll go ahead and, well, I can't do that. Oh, boy. Bear with me if you would. If you go to the homepage of TFNN.com, in the carousel, what you will see is an area that says position size calculator. And what I would do is I would log on to that, and you can have a 30-day trial of that for free. And what that does is, let's say that you're going to enter into a trade. Now, I'm going to put the actual position size calculator on the screen. Are you watching us in TigerTV?
Yes.
Okay. So what I have up on my screen here right now, I know it's not in the den, but I'll deal with that afterwards. What I have is, it's called the position size calculator. And so when you go over to the homepage of TFNN.com, there's a 30-minute video that you'll be able to take a look at. And when you go ahead and you enter a trade, and let's say that your dad is giving you some advice, and you're going to say you're going to buy, what's a stock or something that you might be interested in? Anything.
Oh, I have nothing in mind right now.
Nothing in mind. Well, let's just say that you were going. Do you use an iPhone or an iPad or anything like that?
No, I don't.
You don't
either.
Oh,
no.
Oh, okay. Well, let's say you were going to buy. Let's say that you were going to buy Apple. And what you would do is you would put it in the instrument right here, the instrument symbol. The instrument symbol for Apple is AAPL. And inside this position size calculator, what you would do is you would hit the search button, and it'll go out there, and it'll find the stock. Now, the important thing to understand when you're buying any stock is that all stocks, no matter what it is, have a normal daily breathing pattern. And what that means is they have a normal range from high to low. In the case of Apple, the average true range, the average daily range from high to low over the last 10 sessions has been $16.18. So if you were going to buy Apple for whatever reason, today, and Apple right now is trading out at $570. So let's say you were going to buy one share of that stock, $570. You would want to make sure that your stop is at least $16 below $570. Because Apple can go up and down, and it's the early part of the trading session, can go up and down by $16, and that is just a normal breathing pattern. And if you put your stops too close, you can be right on the trade, meaning that you've identified which direction the stock is going to move in, but just simply because of just a normal breathing pattern, it will have taken you out of the trade. You can have a stop that is too tight. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it does.
So then the other thing that you want to do is on this position size calculator in very volatile markets, and that's what we're certainly in right now, is when you calculate an average true range, I like to multiply that by one of my sacred geometry numbers. In this case here, it happens to be 1.618. In a more volatile markets, you make your stops wider. When you're in a bull market, you will make an orderly bull market. You'll make that multiplication factor only 1.272. Most people think just the opposite. Most people think. So one of the pieces of advice I would use is trading these markets. Many times it's counterintuitive to the way that you might normally think. Many people believe or would think that it's natural that if the market is more volatile, you should use tighter stops. And just the opposite is absolutely true. Because a market that's more volatile means that on any given day, the breathing pattern could go more than what the average has been. And you don't want to do anything in life that's ever average. You always want to be outstanding. And that means when you've decided to take a position on a trade, when you've decided to put your money at risk, you want to make sure that you, at least on that day, are outside of just normal breathing patterns. Okay?
Okay.
Is that good? And the other thing, that if I were going to start from scratch, and I was going to teach anybody exactly where to start from, it is exactly the workshop that I put together last Friday, which was called Buying and Selling the D Point. Because it doesn't matter if you are a math, science-oriented person. In fact, if you are more of an art-type person, you are creative, that's the side of your brain that you're more attracted to, then that course is really what it's all about, because those, folks like that have the ability to actually visualize and see things happening ahead of time. I think musicians and artists can actually make better traders than people that are just simply math-oriented, because they have an intuition that is just simply not taught. It's just simply that it's there, and if that side of their brain, I don't know if that which type of person you are, but if I were going to start anywhere, it would be learning how to just simply buy and sell the D point. And what I mean by that is that the markets have a normal breathing pattern where they make these ABCs, and if you can just become an expert on that D point, you will make all kinds of money. You'll have a beautiful money tree.
Okay.
How's that sound, Senya? Hey, thanks for calling. Tell your dad we said hello.
Thank you.
Okay.
You
bet.
You.
Okay. Folks, you got the Dow is off 21 points right now. I'm still going to try to see if I can get this screen here working, and it is not. What in the heck is going on here with my system? So let's go take a look at the markets and actually see what they're doing while I am messing around here. And you've got the, I see. That would make sense. I didn't have my data feed turned on. So that is that's pretty good. So I got a data feed turned on. There we go. Now it looks like I might be live. Okay. So right now you've got the Dow off 16 points. S&Ps are flat. Composite is flat. Russell 2000 down 1.6, down 0.2% out there. And let us, now that I've got some, let's go take a look at King Dollar and see what the dollar index is doing. So dollar index trading out at 82.22, or so it seems right now. And we're taking a look at A to B equals C to D. So if you take a look at A, B equals C, D, folks, what you've got here is 82.54 was the 1 to 1.272. A to B equals C to D. I'm going to try to go ahead and get my system back here in the den for all of those denners. One of the other things that I would do, Senya, is I would join the den for 30 days. As a new person, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are surrounded by the best of the best, and that includes every single person inside our Tiger's Den. So that's one other thing that I would do out there. The dollar index making a 1 to 1.272. A to B equals C to D. The price projection 82.54. It gets up to 82.54. How does it do that, folks? And now it's backed off just a bit. The queen, though, is going to have to help the king out, and the queen right now is below a very key support level. We'll be right back, folks.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. But you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Got the Dow off 31, S&P's off 2, composite off 13, small caps off 3. And as your pilot in taking a look at the Apple, I would certainly be putting on your turbulence sign. Why is that? Because Apple running this morning into turbulence up at the March 14th swing point, not swing point, but the March 14th area where you did have Apple gap away and break away. It did that with 50 million shares. The low on that bar is 575.40. Today you got up to a high of 576.50, but you have done, let's see here, 3.8 million shares with less than 30 minutes. So that'd be 3, 4, 8, 6, 8, about 50 million shares at this stage, at this rate, if it were to continue with this rate here. So we'll continue to watch Apple, but it did get to a spot where you would have some folks looking to get some of their money back. And that is exactly what's going on out there. Let's go take a look at some of the stocks here. You got Priceline getting hit this morning. Let's go see what Priceline is doing. Ticker symbol there is PCLN. They are the leader to the downside right now, dollar-wise. Priceline also looks like that was hitting the swing point from April 24th. Now, that swing point didn't have much in the way of volume, meaning only a little over 1 million shares. And as it came into that on the 22nd, came in with 1.3 million shares. The low on that bar happens to be 678.04. You have not gotten all the way up there this morning. You got up to a high of 676.93, but trading off right now. Volume, let's say 126, 250, 250. So you're about 1.4. So you got about 1.4 million shares or so, it seems like right now for the day. That is on Priceline. Let's go take a look at what else is popping and dropping. We're going to take a look at AFC Enterprises. They are the leaders in the clubhouse percentage-wise, it looks like, on the way up. AFCE is the ticker symbol. Looks like they're out with earnings or revenues, $52.8 million versus $46.8. from a year ago. Income 8.3 versus 7.2. Earnings per share 34 cents versus 28. So let's go see what they are doing out here. You've got AFCE is the ticker symbol, and gapping up with volume behind it. So far today, it has done 126,000 shares. Yesterday, did 100,000 total. If we go take a look at this thing is running into its highs, going back into the 2007 time frame. So very interesting here. We're going to go see what, I got to go back even further. Let's put this on the weekly chart here. It's running into its 2007 highs, but that's about it. Let me try to refresh this because that is an unusual looking chart out here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so let's go take a look at what it's currently doing. And what it's currently doing is taking on the swing points going back to May 18, 2007, and made a high out there of 2067. Did that on 675,000 shares. Should have now it's making 100% move of a move as well. And it should have, though, enough juice to close over that $21.10 area for May 11th. Did I say May 11th? Let me see, 20. Yeah, the actual swing point high is May 11th, 2110, 1.1 million shares, and it should have enough energy to get up over that. If we take a look at A, B, C, D patterns that are out here, let's go see if we've got it confirmed. Let's take a look at the largest one that is out here. That would be starting at the swing point low from November 21st, 2008, when it was trading out at $2.85. 285 makes a run all the way up to July 1st, 2011 at the price point of $17.57. Pulls back and only does a 0.382 retracement, or so it looks like. And the low there was on July 29th at 15.03. This baby, let me see here, volume-wise, can I do this in a minute, in a few seconds' time? Let's see here if it had volume as across the B point. Folks, stay tuned. The Money Master Show will be up next. And if you're going off to start your workday, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Take care, folks.